What's up, guys? It's Caleb from KCNE Studios, and today I'm going to be continuing my Gamerathon. But before I do that, I just want to say, well, I'm back to doing things the old way with me in front of the camera. I kind of decided that this was the better way to do it. It just added more interest, and to be honest, I kind of got lazy with editing the old ones. This at least adds more interest because then you can look at like my collection and stuff. And yeah, I'm probably gonna add like a poster here or here or something. So anyway, so yes, Gamera versus Jiger is the movie for this review. So like always, I'll talk about the story, then I'll give it my final thoughts and things of that nature. So story goes like this: there's this place called the Wester Islands, and they find out that there's this statue there, and if you mess with it, then this whole curse thing will happen, and it curses everything, apparently. So, as smart as these science people were, they decide to go and check it out, because they're very, very smart, and they already knew it was going to be cursed. So they're like, hey, what the heck? We can do it. We can. And then so they go and take the statue out, and then Jiger comes out when the science people leave, and then Gamera comes and fights Jiger. Gamera gets his butt whooped. He gets his butt handed to him. And basically, I thought this was pretty funny. The way Jiger beats him in this first battle, he I don't know how, but through his horns he can shoot like little darts, and he shot like all of Gamera's limbs. He shot right through them. He shot through all 4 of his limbs. So like when he tried to like stick his hands back into his shell, it wouldn't work because the dart thing was stuck. I thought that was hilarious. So anyway, Jiger makes his way over to Tokyo and wrecks a couple ships while he's there. And then he goes and starts destroying stuff, and yeah, he starts destroying like Japan and all that, and then Gamera comes and he fights Jiger, but then so Gamera, he's kind of beating him this time. He's doing a little better, but then Jiger, he does this thing with his tail where there's like this pokey thing that comes out of his tail. And the thing comes out and he stabs him, and then basically Jiger kind of just disappears from there. And then Gamera goes to the ocean, and he doesn't like go inside of it. He goes to like the beach, and then his head starts like his head and his left arm start becoming like white or pale or something. And I really didn't get it because what happens is actually pretty strange for a Gamera movie. Well, like these movies could get any stranger. Well, what the characters find out is that the thing that Jiger stuck into Gamera was like a larvae, and the larvae went inside of Gamera, and it basically made a mini Jiger. So the main characters, them being like 2 10-year-olds, decide to get into a submarine and go inside of Gamera, because they know how to, for 1, operate a submarine, for 2, know where the larvae was, and for 3, have the guts to go inside of Gamera. Okay, maybe they could have just had one of the other scientist people do it, but what the heck, we'll just make our little, 10-year-olds go do that. So they go, and they find the larvae thing. It's basically just the same monster suit as Jiger, just like spray painted red. And so they find out that Jiger, or the Jiger like species don't like sounds, because I don't know why, but one of the main characters threw a telephone at him because it was like chasing him and stuff, and then all the sound and stuff came out, and the baby Jiger didn't like it, and they end up like killing it like that. And just go along with this movie when you're watching it, by the way. Like all the Gamera movies, just go along with it. So then the scientist people, they find out that, you know, Jiger, he doesn't like sound. So they set up this whole thing where, okay, this I have a big problem with. The last time we saw Jiger, he poked Gamera, but then he basically disappeared. They didn't show where he went off to. He went to this like super scientific like building place, because at the beginning of the movie they introduced like this Expo 70 thing, and it was like the world's most high-tech, you know, buildings and structures or whatever. It didn't really make sense. It reminded me a lot like God, or Monsterland. No. Whatever they called the theme park in Godzilla vs. Gigan. But so yeah, Jiger is sleeping in the Expo 74 place. So then the scientist people, they like set up all this, you know, sound stuff to like scare Jiger away. And Jiger, he wakes up because of the sound stuff, and it's kind of annoying him, and he doesn't like it. But then, smart as the scientists were, the sound got too loud and it was too much energy to be put off or something, because then all their equipment starts to like explode and the sound goes off. So then Jiger is like weakened a little. So Gamera comes and fights Jiger, and this time beats him. And basically that's the end of the movie. Oh yeah, the way he beats Jiger, he takes the statue thing from the beginning of the movie and he sticks it into Jiger's head, because all of these Gamera movies are just so violent. And they're kids movies. I don't know. Just go along with it, like I said. So anyways, my final thoughts on the movie. Well, first I want to talk about Jiger, because Jiger, okay, well, Jiger was, it's not a bad design. I guess it's mediocre, but they totally did not do it well. His face is like fat and stuff. He had all these horns, but he never did anything with them. In fact, like I said earlier, one of the horns shot like a spear through it or something. Another one of his abilities is that he's got this like bead ray on top, like on his head or something, kind of like Gigan. But it does something way different. So what it does is it like goes up into the air, like this ray thing goes into the air and then like shines a light, like an orange light, over like everything, and it burns it or something like that. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's really destructive, I guess. But then there's another part that's really weird about Jiger. He's got these things like on the side of his cheek that stick out, and they're basically rockets, so he can fly. And that was just dumb. I have to say, that was like a horrible idea. I want to find that person and knock some sense into his head. And I don't know this. I wish I didn't watch this. I wasted like an hour and 30 minutes. That's the thing with like the Showa Gamera movies. They're just no good. The fight scenes weren't even like, I mean, they were barely even mediocre. They weren't that interesting. They're just really they're really campy and they're really cheesy. It's not like Godzilla fight campy. Like the Godzilla fights in the Showa series are epic, and these movies, they're just no good. I mean, they're cartoony. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, they're just really cartoony. Once again, the characters, the main two characters are kids again, like 10-year-olds or something. And then the rest of them, I really could care less about them. I could care less about any of them. I just wanted to watch like some other movie other than this. I'm really excited for when this series is over. this movie really didn't have much like depth to it. I mean, the only thing that was different than most other of the Gamera movies is that they go inside of Gamera, but really that didn't really make things exciting that much. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't eerie, it wasn't spooky. That's the thing about the Godzilla movies, is that they have good music, and they put their music in great places. This, they got the Gamera theme going when he's in a fight scene. Godzilla fight scenes, you got this like either epic music or like dark eerie music. So like I was saying, when they were inside of Gamera, they could have put, you know, like spooky music or something. But they just went with like they had bad music. That's one of the things that saves the Showa Godzilla series, which actually is my favorite Godzilla series, by the way. The thing one of the best things about it is the soundtrack from Akira Ifukube. The soundtrack in the Gamera series is awful. Oh my goodness. Like, whenever the Gamera theme comes on, I just mute it. I'm like, I'm not even gonna do this today. I just mute it. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Oh, one other thing. Gamera's suit was just not good in this one, even compared to other Showa Gamera movies. This one just was, it's not as good as the other Showa Gamera movies, or the other Showa Gamera suits. Some of the other ones are actually pretty good. This one, they were really lazy on this one. Like, his lower jaw is just flat, and then they put some teeth and a tongue on it, and it looks really bad. His eye is really small, and yeah, suit wasn't that great. So anyways, my final thoughts on a scale of 1 to 5, you guess it, it's getting a 1 out of 5, because just these Gamera movies are just so awful. I can't stand these movies. No one can stand these movies. I guess they're good if you're having friends over and you want to watch a movie to make fun of. But I guess that's it. So yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this review. Make sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe if you haven't, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.